Water quality has improved. The dissolved oxygen has improved in both the outer and the inner Clyde estuary. I think there's obviously over time there's been a decrease in a lot of the shipping activity has decreased. Heavy industries now kind of left the Clyde, and more recently, in kind of the last decade, we've noticed with improvements in sewage treatment works and that decline in industry, the improvements have continued, and we can suspect at the moment that is due to a cessation in dredging, as kind of shipping pressures have kind of changed on the Clyde also. It's not just kind of any like the human use of the estuary and the river, changing environmental factors, particularly warm temperatures during the summer and low river flows when there's kind of a very small amounts of fresh water coming down the estuary. Those can basically kind of result in the fish kill when obviously the kind of water column's depleted in oxygen and there's just not enough oxygen there to support the fish, or it can basically present a barrier to fish. The fish can't kind of move around, they're not as mobile as they would be. They'll kind of move up to this kind of barrier in oxygen, this depleted oxygen zone, and then they'd have to maybe go back down estuary and then maybe try and get upstream again. And this is what we're trying to understand this. Warmer waters hold less oxygen, is less soluble in warmer waters, so that depletes oxygen. There is also on the kind of estuary riverbed, we have sediment oxygen demand, and to break down organic material in sediments results in kind of it consumes oxygen out with the water body. And then obviously if you have the higher temperatures on top of that, long dry period, any oxygen's kind of used up, the water column's devoid of any oxygen. If you have kind of periods of kind of low rainfall, long dry summer periods, we're finding that you have, particularly in the parts of the estuary by the weir, obviously the kind of tidal weir is an artificial structure. It's impacting, it's kind of breaking the continuity between estuarine processes and river processing, that kind of brackish zone that would kind of naturally be present there. And so that's kind of exacerbating those natural conditions that we occasionally find, particularly during the summer months. I think we tend to see fish kills in kind of July, August. The long-term aim of this work is to inform future management. And one thing that we are keen on doing is, as we had a meeting with Clyde Port, which is now part of Peel Ports, and who obviously kind of still dredge the kind of lower reaches of the Clyde. As I said earlier, they've kind of ceased the dredging in the upper reaches, which we think is helping to improve the flushing capability, the flushing of poor quality water down estuary. But I know on the Mersey estuary there's kind of a management group being set up whereby all interested parties and users of the estuary are getting together to help manage it for the benefit of everybody, the environment, the fish, etc. I think that would be the long-term aim, and this work will hopefully provide us with the evidence to say, take the work that we're doing to show people, look, these are the issues, this is what we think is happening, so if we can go in and maybe change this and this, maybe it needs some kind of engineering intervention to improve that flushing. All this is to be worked out, but a colleague of mine is developing a model of the estuary, and we'll be able to test different scenarios out, and again take that to people kind of around that table. So that's the long-term view.